them all, cause every lady's half dressed, tip to him the less of all. He keep the TV off, videos just make him feel that he ain't really nothing without money, girls, and shiny wheels. The other day he told me, and he felt less a man cause he ain't have a 5-year plan.
Yeah, we getting ready for the event. It's called the Youth Plus Police event. Strong communities. This Light of the World Church. And yeah.
Yeah, where now is that? Alright, y'all, so just got the new sofas right here. Perfect, nice quality, feeling good. Nice TV, rotates on spinning wheels. Take wherever we want. Got a little stage right here. Whenever we need to say something or do something on the stage. Over here we got the stand, whatever you want to call it, and then we put it in the middle for, you know, whenever the teacher, instructor, whoever's talking. Over here we got tables set up. This is where, you know, a lot of group discussions happen. Nice relaxed, nice wooden tables, looking nice and clean. Chairs all around the tables, 4 chairs per table, you know, so it looks nice at the table. We just painted the walls, the ceiling, everything nice and blue. Put in new windows, new air conditioners. So yeah, man, this is what's happening at Light of the World.
Does everybody know what this is?
Alright, me and him are partners.
Also, like,
I'm
system where you like talk to them and everything.
In the cars that are in control, there's a computer system.
Yeah, that's
And usually what the computer system is, that's where when a dispatcher sends you to a job, it shows up on the computer screen. And then we can type in things, like we can run license plates, we can run people's names. So if you stop me on the corner and I said to you, hey, my name is Michael Kane, you can put my name in there and my picture will pop up and my information will pop up so you can verify it. Alright. And that usually sits in right about here.
So that's how you guys find the location.
Yeah, final location, and then the radio. Like we would talk to the dispatcher, we just pick this up, you push that button in and you talk. And that lets us talk from the other cars, police cars, to officers walking. It gets out the information fast. So.
Kevlar is Hello, dispatch. We got the code 106 on Pine Road, 2400 South Wall Street. Okay, sending you the quarters now. Oh, no way. Thank you, officer.
Woo! Okay, pull up. Officers, get out of the car. Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, come over here. What's your name? Hey. My name's I'm a trained police officer. Relax, buddy. It's okay. Is everything okay? We got to. Hey, come over here. What's your name? Hi, Justice. My name is Randall. I'm a trained police detective. Justice, we got a call here because someone was throwing rocks. Were you throwing rocks? Yeah. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. We just want to make sure no one's hurt and no property is destroyed. Justice, where do you live? Justice, look at me. Everything's okay. How old are you? 15? Justice, everything's okay. It's only rocks. Okay? No one got hurt, right? Do you have any weapons, anything dangerous on you? No? Okay. Just keep your hands out of your pockets for me, please. Thank you. Look up at me. Everything's okay. Where do you live again? I'm sorry. 205 High?
What are you doing and everything?
Turn around, Justice. You're going to be placed under arrest for throwing rocks. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Okay, come with me, please. Okay, now before I place Justice in the police car, I'm just going to do a search real fast of him to make sure he doesn't have any weapons. Justice, you told me you didn't have any weapons on you, right? Okay, I'm not going in your pockets. I'm just making sure you don't have anything sharp on you. No weapons, no guns, nothing like that. Okay, Justice, come this way, please. But then he will be placed in the police car.
All right. Now, good job, guys. We're going to open it up to you guys. What do you... Yes. Throwing rocks, right? So what do you think about that? Is that good or what? Bad. Bad thing to do, yeah. All right. So when the police showed up, what did they do? Somebody help me out. Yes.
One was like denying the fact that they threw rocks at him. One was like telling the truth.
Okay. So you had two people working together, right? Committing a criminal act. But when we arrived, one person wants to cooperate and the other did not, right? All right. So that created a little situation. And Detective Argus, I think, came very close to almost having to place him under arrest immediately.
Yes.
Because you want to talk about it?
The reason why I separated him, because I saw that Zach was really, I can tell he was hyper, he was ready for some kind of action, so I figured, and Justice was more calm, so I figured if I separate him, that would probably calm Zach down. I figured Zach was more high energy because he was with his friend. And Zach seems to be the leader, and if I separate him, then that will calm Zach down, which it did. He calmed down and he started cooperating. He was like, "You're not my mom, I don't have to talk to you." Then as I separated him, then he calmed down and then he started talking to me.
Okay, good. All right, and Justice, what did you do?
I cooperated.
Cooperated. Detective, something about?
With us separating the two, Justice immediately was cooperative, didn't pose any type of threat. I kept him engaged. He kept looking down, and I wanted to keep his attention on me, so I kept trying to refocus his attention on me rather than on Zach, where he might be encouraged to then act out again. Justice was cooperative, but once we established he was a participant in throwing the rocks, we had to place him under arrest for such.
Now, I want to talk about what Zach was doing when he was non-cooperative. That type of non-cooperative activity could escalate quickly. And certain officers may decide to end it and place that person under arrest for resisting. If you commit a crime and we show up, you have to address it. Because if you don't, now it begins to escalate. So she would have been right if she had just ordered him to cease acting up like that, or else she would have placed him under arrest, because she had to conduct an investigation, and you have to cooperate. Okay?
I mean, at some point, Zach actually came back and tried to encourage his behavior, saying, "You don't have to talk to police, you don't have to cooperate with police." At that point, if they had started to fight, I would have then had to look at my partner later on and said, "Why didn't you stop that? You let that actually fester and actually develop." So, she de-escalated the situation by quickly controlling Zach and not allowing Justice to get involved and to get excited, or for him to be resistant in his nature of behavior.
Exercising great patience, because she could have immediately placed him under arrest for resisting, because he was pulling away, he was trying to walk away, and that can happen, okay? But she de-escalated the situation. Not every time you're going to be in a situation where that situation can be de-escalated. So you have to understand that when you do something wrong, then you have to face the consequences. Anybody have questions, comments on the first scenario? Because we want to do a different scenario, another scenario. Comments, questions? Okay, you guys can come up. Ready, action.
Police arrive on the scene. Guys, what are you doing? Stop, police! Please stop, you're under arrest!
Them two were throwing rocks, and the police came and they ran away from them.
Okay, so what do you think about that? Anybody? What do you think about that when running away?
First when they stopped, but when they ran, it made a bigger situation.
Made a bigger situation.
Big.
Awesome.
Great job.
Yes. You are the winner of the prize we don't have. That was a good response. That was a good answer. Anybody else want to comment on what they did? So let's talk about it. And I talked about this earlier. I want to talk about it again. We as citizens, we all have rights, okay? But we all have rights. But certain people have authority. Certain people have authority. Pastor Leo, this is his church, right? If he wanted us all to leave, we would have to leave because it's his church. He's in charge. He's the authority here at the church. All right, when you're in school, your teacher, him or her, they are the authority in that particular classroom. Well, that's the way it's set up in law enforcement. Certain people are the authority. We in law enforcement, we wear the uniform, we have the badge, we've taken an oath, so we are an authority, held to a different standard. A lot of times I use this scenario about stealing a candy bar. If somebody was to steal a candy bar, you know, you might get a slap on the wrist and you might get a fine. But if one of us stole a candy bar, our names would be on the front page of the paper and we would get fired from our job for stealing that candy bar because we're held to a different standard. So I just wanted to make that clear, everyone, that we all are citizens, we have rights, but you have to cooperate with the authority when it happens, all right, when you're confronted, when you've done something wrong. So let's talk about how, like you said, what's your name? Tamir. Okay. He talked about things getting worse, right? It escalated by them running. Why do you say that? What do you think?
Because they ran, they tried to think like they were being suspicious.
Yeah, okay, right? So who wants to help him with that? Who wants to add to that?
What was the other? Justice and Zach running. It went from a simple rock throwing where maybe take you down, have your moms pick you up, to now you're starting to talk about charges and arrests. Now you got to go talk to the juvenile section. Now you start going into high waters where a rock throwing could have got you home that night. Your parents come pick you up and you leave. Now you talk about resisting, improper, and maybe other charges if myself and Detective Randall had to catch you or put it over the radio and another officer caught you and maybe a struggle ensued, they got hurt. Now guess who gets the charge? We don't. You guys do. Now that's aggravated assault on a police officer. Now you went from being able to go home at night to maybe getting 3 to 5 years for aggravated assault on a police officer along with the rock throwing, resisting arrest, and the improper. So do you guys see where if you would have sat there and talked to us where you could have been home last night, now you've taken it and now you're dealing with major charges. Your parents have to get attorneys if they can afford them, and now you're facing jail time.
I was going to throw in this, and Detective Hansen talked about this earlier in terms of why you shouldn't run. But why do you think there are scenarios in situations where if the police officers show up on the scene, why would a kid typically run?
Well, they're scared.
Scared? Why else might they run?
They might not know what to do.
And so
What was the next part?
she said,
They might not know what to do. So
Okay.
It could be a bunch of reasons why. They've been in trouble before. They could be on probation, parole. Even juveniles get that. They don't want to go back to the youth house. There could be that. It could be they're scared. That's a big one. Right there, they're scared. And, or they just want to run.
Or they know that mom or dad is going to be upset with their behavior.
And understand that we too are nervous when we arrive. We're nervous to the point of sometimes being scared when we arrive at a situation. So we don't know. When you start running, it causes alarm. Already we're hyped up. We're already hyped up because we're responding to something.
Is it just a rock throwing scenario? How do we know that? Zach was cooperative for the most part, so he didn't pose a threat to me. But what about Zach? What about Zach? What if Zach had a weapon and my partner had to roll around with him? It started out as just a simple rock throwing call, and now Zach and Justice decided to run. What would you have us do as your police department? Not chase them? Not hold them accountable for throwing the rocks through the window of your grandmom's house? So it's important. It's important how the police act, and it's very important on how the community responds to the police.
And it's also important to know that we were young too. We were all rock throwers. So it's not like rock throwing is the end of the world. We're not saying do it. We're just saying you can recover from a rock thrower.
Where my
lost in the sunshine where we should meet. Yes, good vibration, rise and release. High in the heavens, low in the streets, above the clouds, soul in the beats. Lost in the sunshine where we should meet. Good vibration, rise and release. Go all star, you are all star, one shine. No woman, no cry, life on the incline. Ride with the lion, sharing my stress. I prepare with no lesson, just in Alex, sensation. Feet in the dirt, blazing creation. One time for the beat so amazing. Travel on the wind, good food, good body. Good energy, make the world feel godly. Kicking with my daughters, singing Bob Marley. Cause he's shooting on my friends back home. Killing with the playlist, living in my bones. Turn up the sound, get lost in the zone. So profound, make love.
Again, we want to say, let's show our appreciation and thanks to all of the police officers, the state troopers that were here. Let's give them another great round. I just want to express on behalf of all of the youth in our church, in our community, our thanks and appreciation for you all coming and making this day a great success. We believe that this is just the beginning of us continuing to develop relationships and teaching our kids how we are a community and that everybody plays an important role, and when we work together, we make everybody's life better. And so again, thank you so much for coming and participating. We have refreshments in the fellowship hall for everybody. To you youth that are here, do me a favor, make sure that we're going to dismiss in a minute, and Joey's going to give us some final instructions. But don't leave here today without shaking one of the officers' hands, looking them square in the eyes, and saying thank you, okay? So I want everyone to make sure that they do that. A nice firm handshake, looking them in the eyes, and expressing your thanks for them taking time out to be with us today. One final instruction from Miss Joey.
Yes, so we have.
Hey, come on, they working on it. What's up, well, That's got my shoes up. Oh,